Matt's going to be sorry he missed this one. Wine consumption on the rise, bolstered by growing consumer demand in both the U.S. and Asia. Well, move over wine because there is another competing brew in town. Whiskey. Yes, whiskey. Long and aspirational drink, the beverage is now making a splash. For more on the growing market and maybe a sample or two, we're joined by Stephen Marshall. He's the brand ambassador for Dewar. It's great to have you here with us. We're excited about this. First of all, what is a brand ambassador? Sounds like a dream job.
Yeah, it is. It's probably the best job in the world. I get to travel around the world talking to people about fantastic Scotch whiskey. So, yeah, that's pretty good.
Let's talk about this whiskey, because you brought in several for us. The guys have already been sampling. I'm a little bit worried. What do we got here?
Well, I brought in Dewar's White Label, the Dewar's 1218 and Dewar's Signature. This is the biggest selling Scotch in the US, so I thought it would be appropriate for us to start off with trying this one.
22 bottles a bottle. You sell a ton here in the United States, right?
More.
Oh, my God.
A second glass for each of you.
I should remind everybody, I have not had any yet. All right, so we're going to try this. So $22. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. And now in Scotland we would say Slanjava.
Slanjava. In Czechoslovakia we would say Nazdrovia.
Nazdrovia.
So
this should be quite a honeyed, fruity style.
Yeah.
You loved it, didn't you?
Beautiful.
I need a little something to wash.
Speaking as an economist,
that's pretty heavy.
Yeah, this is an amazing technological achievement for people who don't know how to sew pants.
I noticed earlier on you were asking me a lot of kilt-related questions.
He does have a kilt. I should have you stand up because I would love to see it maybe at the end. Stephen, though, you're going around the world. You're looking at emerging markets.
Yeah.
I mean, we understand, you know, we're seeing them becoming higher-end consumers. They still have a long way to go. What do you expect to, is it the $22 or the $200, which we're going to get to in a second?
Well, both of them. I mean, Scotch whisky is just exploding, really. I mean, the value to the UK economy at the moment, £4.2 billion.
Right.
So it's huge. I mean, it's the fastest growing spirit in Russia. The US, though, is our largest value market,
right.
£655 million.
So you sell a lot of the white label. We've also got the signature, and I guess we're going to have to try this one as well.
Yeah, this is Dewar's Signature.
How could we not?
This is our ultra premium one. Really tasty stuff.
I'm going to take a little bit this time. That's a little softer, smoother, isn't it? That's what you get for $200 a bottle.
Yeah.
No complaints from from Kenny or Brad.
No, definitely smoother.
I mean, when you go over to something like an emerging markets, whether it's Asia, you're just back from there. You're going to sell out of these $200
this one, the Dewar's Signature, is particularly popular in China. Which is obviously one of the biggest markets. Although, an interesting...
Kenny, you got something.
Well, listen, I hear you, but you can see what's going on in China, right? They're loving everything, whether it's high fashion, so it makes perfect sense that they want to go.
Yeah, of course, they love this new luxury. But the interesting thing is that imported spirits in China are less than 1% of the spirits drunk over.
So that's a huge market for you guys to go after.
Huge potential, yeah.
I hear you, but I look at those emerging markets, and you got a lot of folks who don't make a lot of money. I mean, how do you really get established in those markets, especially when you've got people who aren't making a heck of a lot of money?
Well, it takes time, and we're fortunate because Dewar's is such a big brand globally and huge over here. So we have that cachet of being so well known in America that it works for us over there as well.
Do you have to market it differently?
No, we stick with one kind of global policy of our marketing. So.
But is it when you market in a place like China, because I've never been to China, right? So I have no idea what it's like. But when you market in a place like China, especially a spirit like this, is it in fact the same as you're marketing? Are you telling me you market the same way as you market in the States?
No, well, you have different activities. Like, for example, India, we've got this amazing program called the Dewarists.
Right.
It's about music collaborations and collaborating with Western musicians, with Indian musicians. So you do different things. India, you can't advertise.
But it's a cultural.
So you've got to play with it.
Yes. Yeah.
We got to take a break, unfortunately, but I'm just going to say cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Stephen, a pleasure.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
I'll leave you that bottle as you requested.
Promise is promise.